Hey guys, I'm in my garden today. It is the end of August, early September, and today's video I'm going to be cutting down all of these big sunflower heads. The garden is kind of on the downhill of its peak. Everything's pretty much flowered out. I've been cleaning up some old brambles and there's a lot of overgrown stuff. The dahlias and sunflowers they're coming in and they've been spent. These are old sunflowers. I'm gonna be saving some of the seeds out of a few of these too. But like this big guy right there, he's coming down today. I mean, I feel like he's gotta be like 15 feet tall. The Kajari melons are shriveling up. I've actually gotten quite a few of these off of here so far. Yeah, so I'm just going to be chopping down all these big heads. You can barely see there's a few in the back right there. I had to wait to come out here till this evening because in the middle of the day, even now, it's like 6:30 and all the flying, stinging insects are out. I haven't been stung at all this year, but I like to give them space. There's no sense in me being out here in the heat of the day anyways, but they're still here. I'm gonna try my best not to get stung cutting down these sunflowers, but hopefully we'll be okay with each other. Like there's a honeybee working away, and there's a wasp. Ugh. I did a little bit of work this morning until it got hot and the bees came out, but for the most part I left everything here so I could show you guys. So I have a nice big pair of loppers here. It's got some grass in them, and I'm gonna get to cutting these. I found a perfect one to start with because it decided to grow in the middle of my walkway as a volunteer, and I just let it go this summer, and hey, look at me now 2 months later harvesting this giant head off of it. So this sunflower right here is the one I'm gonna cut down. When you assess to determine which sunflower heads you're going to be cutting off, you're kind of supposed to look at the back of them to see if there's yellowing up top, but I can't see that. This camera right now is probably 6 feet tall, and I can just like barely touch this head, so I can't really get a good look up there, but I'm going to cut it down anyways. One thing that I do check before I cut these down, if I can reach them, you should be able to easily brush these little flowers off of here and see the seeds in there. So this one looks good. I like to cut them with these big loppers. It just makes it easier. You could possibly just like try to hem-in and like bend it and like pull it out over. I might do that with the stump of this, but I'm just gonna cut this at the base of the soil. And the insides of them are actually hollow, so it's not that bad to cut down. You shouldn't have to use a chainsaw. I think it's gonna fall this way. And the next thing I'm gonna do is cut off the stem here. I'm gonna give myself a little bit of room. And there is my first sunflower head to harvest this year. So like I said, these will just brush right off. It should clean up pretty nicely. And then you can see all of these really dark sunflower seeds in there. Wonderful. So I'm going to go ahead and start cutting down the rest of these bad boys, as well as some of the other varieties that are just getting big, have died back, or kind of leaning over my walkways. Look at this sunflower. There's one stem and a double head up here, and Some happy little critter has eaten all of the sunflower seeds out of this one. So this guy is just completely spent. Still really beautiful. So I cut this one down because it was leaning over my walkway, just a real nuisance. This is a good one to show where it's not quite ready to harvest, but you can hang it up and dry it, which is what I'm going to do for most of these. This one is, these fall off, but not really well. The seeds are really light and pale in color. Those black markings aren't extremely noticeable. It's more gray, and it feels wet too. But I'm gonna hang this up and see what happens. That's a big one. This one is way too green to do anything with. Those seeds are not any type of mature at all. I'm gonna let this really tall one live for maybe another week or two. The head of that one is massive and I want to harvest it. It's just not quite ready yet, so I'll let it lean over a little bit more. This one looks pretty perfect to me too. You can see the animals have already started eating away at it, are pretty much crisped up, they fall right off, and then these little tiny flowers come right off and expose nicely colored dark seeds. Now, some of the heads that I showed you previously, they're white and black seeds, and these are completely black. That just has to do with their different varieties. I believe I have mammoths, gray stripes, or gray striped, and I'm absolutely positive they cross-pollinated because a lot of these were just growing in my walkways, like this one, and they were volunteers from last year. So this thing, once it's all cleaned up, like that's probably about 14 inches across here. That's a lot of seeds to the wagon. Here's a good comparison. So these are completely stripped of those little flowers. These seeds, I believe, are the Grey Striped, and this is, both of these heads have mature seeds, and all they need to do is dry. So what I'm going to end up doing is hanging them upside down, put in a paper bag, just so if the seeds do fall, they'll fall in the bag, easy cleanup. And I'll just let these dry in my basement for a couple weeks. Alright, I've got most of the tall sunflowers out, and guys, it has been a hot minute since I've seen this part of the garden not a complete wreck. I mean, there is still a walkway right here that you can't really see. That goes under that trellis. I just have to clean up these squash and that one sunflower. Those bean trellises look pretty good. This is what happens when you let the birds and squirrels get to your sunflower heads if you don't pick them soon enough. All of these are pretty much shelled. You can see they've been split in half here and eaten the seed out. But some of them aren't, like this one, which this, my friends, is what will make a volunteer grow next year. I just did the final harvest for tonight. Didn't get everything, but mostly. The harvest basket, we've got dahlias, sunflowers, tomatoes, peppers, noodle beans. I think that's all I got for today. So yeah, not a bad basket. And then I went ahead and grabbed a little bouquet here of tarragon and sage. I'll add these as greenery to the bouquets, and it'll kind of give a nice fresh smell inside the house. These are all the heads that I got for today. There are still some that I left to completely mature and dry up just a little bit more. This is going to be a little bit of work here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 7 heads, and I'm just gonna make sure these are nice and clean and then just let them dry. You do not want to leave these uncovered outside because the squirrels and birds know exactly what these are, aka their Thanksgiving meal, and they have literally destroyed an entire sunflower head in minutes. I learned that valuable lesson real quick last year. Don't leave them outside unattended, because I even had one on my front door on the porch, by my front door, and I went in the house for 5 minutes, came back, and half of it was eaten, and it blew my mind. That is the harvest cart for tonight. Not bad. Hey guys, it's the next morning. I'm sitting in my driveway in my pajamas, and I'm taking all the seeds off of these sunflower heads. I'm just putting them into a big pan, then I'll put them into a thin layer and dry them out for the next couple days, and then they can go into something like an airtight jar for storage. So I've already done a couple here, and I just have a few more to do, and I'll show you how I do that. So I just started at a corner, and I'm going to slowly work my way around. A lot of the seeds in the middle here stay pretty tight, so I usually leave them like this one, and I'll just leave this out so the squirrels can pick at it. But but you just gently start peeling them away. Baby girl. What you got going on? Here is the finished product. Got a couple pounds probably of sunflower seeds of different varieties. And on second thought, I think I am gonna brine some of these. I'm gonna look up recipes on Pinterest. I'd recommend doing this outside because it is pretty dirty. Lots of plant bit pieces as well as bugs. I had some earwigs and little caterpillars on this. And if you like clean hands, I'd wear gloves. I'm not sure how well this is gonna come off, but a little messy, but not bad. Not a whole lot of hard work or anything at all. It's actually pretty easy. I think I've only been out here for 15 or 20 minutes maybe, and I've got a couple pounds of sunflower seeds here. I'm gonna try this brine, and if I like it, I might post something about it on Instagram. But yeah, so thank you, and I will see you on the next video.